All right, guys, I have my paper here with me, and this paper will be representing my fabric. Don't worry, I'm going to explain, in detail how you are going to, maybe sew, join and all that. But the drafting process, I think, is more important, because if you don't know how to draft, cutting might be a bit difficult, and even sewing might be a bit difficult. All right, asymmetric peplum. It's not the regular peplum. All right. Okay, so now I have some calculations to do. Though this is like a 360-degree flare. I have a video on how to cut a 360-degree flare, but I'm still going to go over it again. All right. So you will draft your 360-degree flare, and how do you do that? You consider your round waist measurement. For example, my round waist measurement is 20 inches, and if you need gathers, or you want gathers, you want it to be very full on your waist, you can add few inches to that. So I decided to add 10 inches to mine to have 30 inches altogether. And you need to also consider your zipper allowance. Your zipper allowance, of course, is on both sides. My zipper allowance is 1 inch on both sides. It will give me 2 inches. Okay, so 2 inches, if I should add it to the 30 inches that I already have, I will be having 32 inches. Now, this 32 inches is your total waist measurement altogether, including the allowances, the gathers that you have considered, okay, and even the zipper allowance as well. Universally, a symbol of pi, just one will give me 3.14. So if I have 2 pi will give me 6.28. So you are going to be dividing 32 inches by 6.28, and this will give me 5.09, approximately 5.1. okay, so I have 5.1 inches as my radius. Now this is the radius of your circle, because we are trying to cut a 360-degree flare here. Okay, so my radius is 5.10. Now you need to also consider the length of your peplum, or the length of your flare. My length is 10 inches, and plus probably 1 inch seam allowance, to fold it or to hem the down part. I have 11 inches. So you are going to add this 11 inches to the 5.1 that you already have, that is your radius. Okay, so this will give you an idea of how much fabric to fold. I hope you understand. Now we are having a square shape. So now 5.1 plus 11 inches, it will give us 16.1. On the 4 sides that I have here, I have the same measurement. Okay, so and now that I have the same measurement on the 4th side, this is giving me a square shape. So the next thing for me to do is to fold over. So I'm folding over this way. Okay, so I'm folding into 2, and this is the very first thing you do once you get your square shape. You fold into 2. Okay, so this is my fabric. I have folded it into two, as you can see. Now the next step is to fold again. I'm folding over again. This will make it, okay, into 4. All right, so you fold once and you fold the second time. Okay, can you see? So now, can you see now? I have folded the second time. So here I have about 4 layers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see? So this is what I expect you to do. Okay, so this is it. And the next thing, of course, is to consider your radius. You know, I said that my radius is 5.1 inches. So you will locate the folded edge. Can you see that this place is folded? Can you see? This is the first fold and this is the second fold, and this is where you take your radius from, this corner here. Don't do it on the open edge here, you do it on the folded parts. Okay, so from here I'm going to be measuring 5.1. Okay, can you see? So this is my marking. All I did here was just to place my tape measure here like this, and I have these markings here. So I'm just going to connect this together to have an arc. Okay, so this is my radius. All right, and we also considered that we need to have our length as 11 inches. So my length here is 11 inches. So I'm just going to place my tape here from this very point, this curve here. I'm going to measure 11 inches all round to have the same, you know, curve that I have here. All right guys, can you see my curve here? Okay, so this is the length from here to here, is the length of my peplum, and that's why you have this curve here. And before I go on, I'm going to measure from this very first line upward half an inch. Okay, and this will serve as my seam allowance. Okay, so, and you know, I need half an inch seam allowance to join to my top, okay, or to the rest of the bodies. So this is my seam allowance right here, half an inch. Okay, all right. So when you are cutting, you're going to do your cutting from here on this line here, not this one. Okay, so right now it's time for me to cut, and you won't just cut, you won't cut everything like this, and you know, you won't pack everything together this way and start cutting. No, because if you do that, you are going to end up, you know, with a round hem. And of course this is also peplum, but we are, you know, our focus is to have an asymmetric, okay, peplum. Okay, so now instead of packing everything and cutting, you are going to just pick 3 out of it. You count 1, okay, 2 and 3. I hope you understand. So you are going to cut 3 of this. Okay, don't cut the whole 4, cut 3. So that's what I'll be doing now. Okay, can you see? Okay, so now see what I have here. Can you see what I have? Can you see the shape? Okay, at this point, so you are going to just pick this that is right on this corner here. Okay, you are going to pick this point and you're going to get the midpoint. Okay, get the midpoint and connect the midpoint to this very point. Okay, okay, can you see my line now? I have drawn this line connected to the midpoint, okay, in between the crease, these two crease lines. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to continue with the length. My length here, I said that my length here is 11 inches. So I'm going to just come to this point now and measure 11 inches. Okay, knowing fully well that there is half an inch up here, so I'm going to just start my measurement from half an inch below this very edge here. Okay, so you know that my measurements started from these very points. I hope you understand. So that's what I'm going to do. So this point is where my measurements will start from. Okay, so I'm going to just measure my 11 and a half. Okay, so now with my curve, I'm going to just connect to the rest of, you know, connect to this very point here. Okay, can you see? Just follow the crease line. This crease line is what you should connect this to. Okay, so just measure the same, take the same measurement here. Okay, so just connect. Okay, so I have the same thing. Can you see it's going this way, the same length here? Okay, so now I'm going to just cut here, then cut through here, so that I have my back and I have my front. So this is going to be my center, this side is going to be my center back. So my center back is going like this. Okay, and when it gets here, can you see the shape? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to divide it into two to have my center back. So to have my center back, I'm just going to fold this on this crease on this, so that I can have another crease line. Can you see? I folded it and I was able to get this crease line here. So this will represent my center back, and I'm going to just cut this way. Okay, so I have CB here, I have CB here. Okay, so can you see now? Then you can just open, instead of opening it, you can just see how it is. This is it. You may not even bother to open it. Okay, now this is how it is now. Then you can now join to the top. Can you see? You can join to the top. This is the center back, this is the front, this will be the center, the CF. Okay, so you can use your bias. So this can actually be your right side. Okay, this could be your right side. So just place your right side, you know, facing you, of your fabric, right side of your fabric to face you. Then you place this on it. I hope you understand, so that you have exactly the same thing that you have on this pattern. Okay, so then you can now use your bias strip to, you know, tape the hemline, the edges and all that. Then you can just place it on this one, or better still, you can also open it up and probably join it later, whichever one. But if you are doing that, you must have added your SIM allowance already. Okay, and can you see how beautiful it's looking? So I would advise you do yours, and you also let me know the outcome. So thank you so much for watching, and ensure you subscribe to my channel, because if you do that, you're encouraging me to do more videos. Okay, make sure you watch, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.